What's up, you guys? Reversal here, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Go. So I'm about to go outside, and we got a 10K hatching. Okay, let's see what it is. And it's actually very convenient. It's a Phoebus. Okay, that's not too bad, I guess. Is that all we're hatching? Okay. So during Pokemon Go Community Day event, we got a note of Niantic in which they mentioned that the eggs that you right now got incubating, you need to complete them first and then start incubating new eggs during Community Day in order to get the full benefit. It's kind of unfortunate. I wish they gave us a heads up a little bit earlier, but it is what it is. I have a couple of eggs that will be hatching very soon, and then the rest will be fully incubated. I have a bunch of super incubators, so we should be good there. Game plan time. So over here in the distance, as you guys can see, is the park where I usually play, Park Presikaf. And over here, what I'm gonna do is just hatch as many eggs as I possibly can on my bike, because that's simply the fastest way for me to get distance on my eggs. I'm gonna do that for the full 3 hours. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna film, but you can bet that at the ending of everything, you guys will see a ton of egg hatches, because I'm gonna try to record the 3 hours. So maybe I'll do a sit and talk about everything that went down, give you guys my thoughts and my opinions. I'll try to be there for the first shiny, but no guarantees. So that being said, in 13 minutes it is gonna start, and I'm excited. Let's do it. Okay, so this might be pretty interesting. All of the field requests have been changed. The field research have all changed to catch 3 Mareep. So I'm not really sure if they all give 5 Ultra Balls or 5 Great Balls, but we'll have to figure that one out. Yeah! Okay, let's go. First shiny. Oh yes, I'm so happy. It's 13 past, so I've been walking around with my bike for about 12 minutes now. And I'm gonna pineapple this. This is 55 CP. It's gonna be easy. Oh man, it looks so cool in game. Cannot believe that I got this so early. But then again, on the bike, I'm able to cover a lot of distance, about 3-4 times faster than when you're walking. So there we go. And we're about to hatch an egg. Let's see what it is. It's not very likely, but that's completely fine. Oh, there's a bunch of Mareep here as well. We got a 2K hatching right now. Let's see what it is. Come on. It's a Swinub. I'm seeing a lot of Pikachu and a lot of Magikarp as well, which could potentially be a shiny as well. Do we got more? No. But we got this quest. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera away. I'm gonna shiny check these real quick. See if it's another one. Also, I got an egg hatching task of field research as well. Okay, these aren't shiny, so I'll bring you guys back later. Come on. No more. I'm doing a couple of egg hatches right now as I take a small little break to inform you how well I'm doing. We just passed the halfway point. It's currently 1 hour and 35 minutes into the event, so we got 1 hour and 25 minutes left to go. When we got about 15 to 10 minutes left, I'm gonna start evolving some Pokemon, because I have like 1,000 Mareep candy, which is quite insane. I'm not sure if whether or not I managed to get myself a Azrael. I'm not sure whether or not I caught myself 100% IV Mareep. That's something we're gonna have to figure out like at the ending of everything. Makihita. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So currently the standing, I am on shiny. I currently have 7 shinies. Which is actually quite funny, because up to 5 minutes ago I was on 4, but then I did a little bit of a lap around the park and I literally got 3 shinies within like a couple of minutes. I don't know if I can show you in the journal. Probably not. Oh, here's one, then here's another, and then here's the third one. So before that I was about half an hour without any shiny or anything like that. Oh, there's a Mareep right here. And it's not the shiny. So I'm really enjoying myself. It's actually a little bit warmer than I thought, so I might get rid of the jacket at one point. So right now I'm just biking around trying to hatch as many Pokemon as I can. I've already hatched a good amount of Pokemon, so that's something that's going really well. But yeah, let's not waste any more time because there's only an hour and 23 minutes left before the event ends. It's been a little over 2 hours since Community Day has concluded here down in Europe. More specifically where I live in the Netherlands. It was a lot of fun. About 100 to 150 people came out, and the park was just, you always saw someone in a group just catching Pokemon, and it was great. The atmosphere was amazing, people were excited, people were just like out there just playing the game, and it was really nice. I love these community days for that reason alone already. Now we already know that this has been the most like underwhelming community day because Mareep is not super interesting in comparison to some of the Pokemon that we've had, and the bonus, which is the egg hatches, isn't really that interesting either on itself. I wanted to focus this particular community day event on the egg hatching aspect, so I took my bike and I went outside, and for about 3 hours, I would say 2 hours and 40 minutes, I've just been biking around the park non-stop, just focusing on the game, catching Pokemon as quickly as I can, and trying to get the maximum amount of distance in order to hatch those eggs in Pokemon Go. And the result was actually quite shocking, and I'm gonna dive into that a little bit later as well. Let's go ahead and take a look over here. Look at all of these lures in the park. It's so nice to see. Little bit of feedback to Niantic. If you're ever going to do an event like this again, please announce on your main Pokemon Go page that you have to incubate these eggs during the event and not have anything, you know, in incubators prior to the event, because one day, less than a day, less than 24 hours of a notice in advance honestly is not enough for a community as big as the Pokemon Go community. So a lot of people were upset about that. So I think that is something that could have gone better. Another thing that I thought was just weird is with this event that is currently ongoing, the Kanto Celebration event, and lures being 6 hours, there honestly is no purpose to the 3-hour lure bonus that was announced initially during Community Day event. Maybe there was something that was a decision made later. But I thought it was unfortunate. I feel there could have been a different bonus down there to make this event a little bit like more spicy, if that makes any sense. But it was a great event. I loved being out there and just seeing people excited about the game, and then suddenly like kids around like, yeah, shiny, shiny. And it's just such a nice feel to be around Pokemon Go trainers who are just like enjoying the game just as much as you are. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff that we've, you know, accomplished, I guess. Some of the statistics that I made screenshots about, and just bring you guys through what I've done during the process of this Pokemon Go Community Day event. So let's go ahead and take a look at the collector badge. I actually surprisingly have caught exactly 300 Pokemon. A couple after the event, but about 300 Pokemon, which is a really nice amount if you ask me. I've actually been spinning more Pokestops than I've been catching Pokemon because I was on the bike and I was specifically just tapping on the Mareep. So considering that, you know, every Pokestop is lured, you're not selecting every single Pokemon. I've also shiny checked pretty much every single Bulbasaur, Pikachu, and Magikarp. Those three were spawning a lot as well, like especially Pikachu. I kept seeing Pikachu and Bulbasaur. There were not so many Magikarps out there, but people definitely got themselves those shinies as well. So that was pretty interesting in a way as well. And then over here, we got the breeder badge. Now, here's where things, I would say, I hatched a lot of eggs, 70 Pokemon out of eggs. I have a lot of footage to go through. Let me emphasize that I recorded pretty much the entirety of the Community Day event for the day. So I have about 2.5 hours of footage, gameplay footage that I need to go through to get the right moments. And I'm not just gonna do that in this video. If you want to know what Pokemon I hatched from eggs, make sure you tune in tonight to the stream that I'm gonna be doing
just talking about the Mareep Pokemon Go Community Day event, in which I'm gonna see what the IVs are of every single egg hatch that I've been doing. But I've been hatching 70 Pokemon from eggs, and I did notice one Pokemon in particular that was interesting, and that was this Trapinch. I noticed that I actually hatched 7 of them. That's crazy. I hatched 7 of them? Jeez. So yeah, I noticed that this particular Trapinch was 624 CP. Usually they're around 600 CP when I hatch them. The highest has been 608. So when I saw this, I was like, that's really high. 624. Let's take a look here. It was a Wonder, with the best attribute being HP, and matched equally by its attack, and then matched equally by its defense. And then it turned out to be 100% IV, and that was crazy. So I'm gonna at one point maybe invest in this, but I'm just extremely stoked to have another egg hatching Pokemon 100% IV. So tonight you guys will obviously see more about some of the Pokemon that we managed to obtain. So that's the thing. So 70 Pokemon I've hatched. Pretty pleased with the result. But what I wasn't pleased with is the next Jogger medal. And let's take a look over here. Jogger. I only got 9 kilometers of distance. But I was on a bike. I was on a bike driving. I was just cycling on just through the park. And I wasn't going at like a really slow pace. I was definitely within 12 kilometers an hour, but I went like 10 or something like that. I was walking like, I was biking like 3 times faster than people were walking essentially. So I'm just really surprised by the fact that I literally only got 9 kilometers added to my Jogger medal. And I've actually noticed it recently, and I really want to know from you guys, have you noticed that it's harder right now than ever before to actually obtain distance on your, just in game for your egg hatches? Or do you think it's the same as it's always been? Because I'm pretty sure that with the old situation, I would have at least gotten 15 kilometers on my Jogger. Of course, sure, sometimes I'm going on corners and such, but I'm on iOS. The game should be able to pick up distance even better than on an Android device. So this is kind of worrying. I'm just really used to how distance used to be added to the game before, but I have no idea. I really don't know what's going on, but let me know in the comments. Have you noticed it, that it's harder to accumulate distance in the game? I'm really curious about that. Okay, let's take a look at the Mareep Pokedex entry. So as you guys saw, I managed to catch 300 Pokemon. So let's go to Mareep. Before the event I was on 138 seen. Now after the event, as you can see, I've seen 271 Mareep. So I literally just have been focusing on the Mareep, as you guys can see. Out of the 271, I managed to catch 240. So a couple of them, I just ended up, especially during the end of the event, I just checked them and I walked away. And I also had a shiny run away from me. I'm not sure if I'm able to get the clip of that, but you guys will see it at some point in the future. So yeah, it's a good ratio. It's definitely, like, I was surprised. So I've been cycling a lot and get a lot of these Mareeps, which I'm pretty pleased with. And of course, let's go to the shinies that we got over here. I managed to secure 10 shinies minus the one that ran away from AR. I was supposed to have 11. I was aiming for a page full, but I managed to get myself almost a page full. I'm currently on, I was on 149 candy. Considering this Mareep, actually we evolved it into an Ampharos and I made myself another Ampharos. I was at 1800 candy at one point, so we almost got like 1700 candy during this event period, which is quite insane. This was just the highest CP Ampharos out there. It isn't really special or anything like that. I did not have myself an Ampharos that was really that amazing. I actually had the one with 15 attack over here that I evolved into Ampharos, so that way I was able to get myself the Dragon Pulse move. But unfortunately I didn't have a Mareep ready for this event. So let's quickly take a look at this one. It's a Wonder. Best attribute is attack, and stats exceed my calculations. That is plenty for me because it's a Wonder and it is 15 attack. So we will max that one out in the foreseeable future. I'm not really sure when that's going to be. Probably when I hit 10 million Stardust. So take a look at this. All of these shinies, all of them pretty terrible IV. So that's unfortunate. And yeah, we actually have got ourselves a bunch of Pokemon. So that is my Community Day event. Definitely get out there and get those Pokemon. Make sure you keep an eye out for the distance issue. I feel it's an issue, but I'm not really sure. You guys will be able to tell me that in the comments. Make sure you tune in for tonight's live stream, in which I will go over all the Pokemon that I managed to hatch and see whether or not some of them are gonna be amazing or not. So yeah, for now I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best of luck with your Community Day. Make sure you let me know down in the comments below how many Shiny Mareep did you manage to get, and how many of those Mareep did you evolve into an Ampharos. So yeah, that's gonna be doing it for me for now. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and this has been Reverse for Pokemon Go. I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.